Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Balthazar, and the stuff we are looking at today is we are doing another product review. That's right, we are looking at this, the Gunprimer Raser. It's a nice little toy. This particular model is the Gunprimer Raser Origin, or the original. What this is a little glass file. Now that sounds simple enough. Look at this right here. This is how it all came packaged, by the way. Got a little gun primer thing here, and what this is actually a little thank you card from the company for buying their product. How cool is that? But this is what we get. I know, does not look like much, but what is it? Well, as I said, it's a glass file, but what this is used for is removing nubs from your model kits. I have tried a lot of different methods. Now, if you're a modeler or hobbyist and you like to build models, you'll know better than anybody that nubs are the bane of our existence. I kid you not, those things are just a serious pain. Not only do they make your model kits look ugly if you can't get rid of them, but sometimes they even prevent you from putting the thing together in the first place, depending on where they wind up. So, what is a nub? I can hear some of you asking that. So, first off, this whole thing right here is a runner when you're putting your model kits together. These are technically called the gates. And that's where the issue is. Snip this out real quick, because we're going to be using this so you can see what I'm doing here. Yes, I'm using two different nippers. There's a reason for that. Because if you want your model kit to look nice and smooth, I mean just like really well done, you got to get rid of all that stuff. So we'll be doing this. There we go. I'll show you exactly what the issue is. So after doing all that, cutting all that, you can see right there tiny little mark right there and right there. There's a big one. Those are nubs. On the official instructions and for model kits, they're always called gate marks or gate nubs. Every hobbyist I've ever talked to, and even Gunprimer themselves, officially calls them nubs or nub marks. Those are the problem. You can see they are ugly, and they really stand out if you look at it a certain way. Again, I said they can also interfere when you put your model kit together, just because sometimes the model kits are what they call undergated. That means all the nub marks are here on the inside where the parts fit together. So getting rid of them is a big deal. And that's where this comes in. Now, I have tried a lot of different methods, from just using a plain old metal file, which scratches up the surface awful. Like, metal files, once you get down past the nub, you start tearing into the plastic. And then you got a lot more sanding you got to do to get rid of it, and it's just a pain. I've also tried the using a hobby knife method, which sadly means when I first started, I wound up cutting deep into the plastic on a lot of kits. And that just left even worse. Just way worse than the nubs. But yes, so what are we going to do? I'm going to show you. Now this, I love this, okay? This is a really great tool. It's pricey, but it's worth it. And it works so well because the website, I got this from New Type. That's where I get a lot of my supplies from. They have it there. And this, on there, it says that it's for the purpose of getting rid of nub marks and reducing the amount of sanding you have to do. It does not specify that, it's a perfect tool. They don't tell you that, They don't say that. But as you can see, look at that. That nub is gone. It is just gone. Dust that off, brush it off. See that? Look at that. See how easy that was? Now, I will admit, this does take a little bit of learning to handle. You know, there are issues with it. I won't lie. There are a few problems. Number one is, as you can see, it builds up. Okay, it gets that stuff, you know, it just gets in there. It recommends using water or whatever, but as you can see, I just use my dusting brush, and it gets it off there just fine. It will clog up pretty quickly, especially the bigger the nub mark, you know, like this one here. So that will happen. A lot of times I get all the nubs off a single piece, you know, and I have to brush this out to empty it out and get rid of it. You know, that build up and everything. The second issue is, obviously, right here with this problem, is it won't fit in all the spaces. This is the 3mm wide version. They have a heavier duty one, which is actually 5mm wide. They call it the Raser Plus. I got this one because it was the smaller one and I wanted to be getting to smaller to reach areas. As you can see, it works just like that. There we go. Nub gone. Nub is gone. So yeah, that's the second issue, is that it won't fit everywhere. But it does quite a good job. Now, the third issue with this is, believe it or not, it works a little too well. I know, you're thinking, wait, what do you mean it works too well? Well, see, the problem is it's a file. Now, this thing is an extra smooth file, okay? Like, this thing is just made for getting rid of nub marks and all that. But it works so smoothly that if you're not constantly checking your work, what's going to happen is that you'll just keep filing away, and before you know it, you wind up actually filing down the area. Like, look at that. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. See that? You can see it's kind of lopsided a little right there. That's what happened, is you will literally wind up keep going, and rather than scratch up the surface to your model kit, it'll wind up just like filing away a section of your kit right there. See, you can see it right there. See where it's that shiny bit right there? That's where it literally took the edge off. So yeah, this works really well, but it does have a learning curve. You just got to keep checking your progress. Because if you don't, you'll wind up filing away a section of your model kit before you know it. But yeah. So this is definitely a keeper in my toolbox. I love this thing. It just works so well. There was definitely a learning curve with it, just because, like I said, you know, it's like if I don't make sure I get it perfectly flat or something like that, I wind up filing away a section of my model kit without even realizing it. You wind up smoothing out an edge and boom, the edge is gone. Wind up with a part with an angled cut into it. You didn't even realize it. But yes, this is a fantastic little thing. And again, Gunprimer is one of those fairly new companies. They don't make a lot of stuff, but what they do make is amazing products. And that's this, the Raser. It is, like I said, I have tried a whole bunch of different methods, and this is a definite must-have. Let me see, I'll show you another piece here. We'll try out one of the darker colored bits, and you can see what I'm talking about. This one looks good. Again, we'll just nip that out. See if we can get a better view. I'll go ahead and just use these. I'll use these for the experiment. I'll see if I can show you what I mean. These kits out here. Okay, so you see, right there. That's a good nub. So I'll just file it away. That's what this does, you know. That's what this is for. They tell you it's not perfect. You know, they admit, no, it's not perfect. But it does its job, and which is to get rid of the nubs and reduce the amount of sanding you have to do. So as you can see, they're all gone. All gone. But like I said, you know, it's like if you get the angle wrong or something like that, and bumping the camera, as you can see right there, and I'm just filing that bit away. See? Right there, the glossy surface, but yes, it is nice. It really does work very well. Like I said, I have built a couple kits with this already, and totally worth it. It's just, it really does its job, you know. I can't say that enough. Is it perfect? No, it isn't. It won't get every nub because it won't fit in every single space. But what it can get, it gets perfectly. See? Barely a mark there. Now, if you really want to get this thing done, get Gunprimer's Balancer, which is their sanding sponges. Little bit right here. See that? Yep. Took that off, used the white side, and boom. All cleaned up. Look at that. How awesome is that? This stuff, you know, is like the combination of the balancer and the razor. Perfect if you want to clean up your parts. And there we go. So yes, there you have it. The Gunprimer Raser. It is easily the best thing for getting rid of nubs, I find. Out of everything I've used. Again, you know, it's like not perfect, but it is a lot safer than trying to use a razor, or, well, I say razor, but I mean like a hobby knife or anything like that. And if you try to cut too close using a pair of nippers or something like that, sometimes you wind up nipping off more than you need from the plastic and ruining the kit as is, or you wind up getting like divots taken out of the plastic. That's also pretty rough. But yes, there you go. Definitely 5 out of 5 for me. The Gunprimer Raser. It is a keeper, for sure. So there we go. Quick little product review. I know I don't sound exactly all that peppy and happy and all that, but I'm tired. And yes, I do keep it in the little storage container. Just like that. It's perfect. Fits really well. Let's adjust the camera. There you go. So yes, there you have it. The Gunprimer Raser. Got it from newtype.com. So if you want your own, you can go over there and get it. Really helps out. So I have been Balthazar. This has been a product review. Remember, stay awesome to yourself and to others. And I will see you all later.